Okay, so let's take a look at some important lines here. At the beginning, Banquo is suspecting, and this is the important line, right? I fear thou plasmophthalate for it. So this says something again about Banquo's perception. Okay. And then they were talking about the state dinner in this scene. Macbeth here this is sort of the PR coming from the Macbeth house, sort of to use the parlance of the president, the fake news. He's spinning fake news that Duncan's sons killed their father. That's going on right there. Okay. So, we get to another soliloquy that's very important. And to be thus is nothing. And the thus is what? To be king. Right? But to be safely thus. So it doesn't really matter that I'm king unless I could be safe. And his concerns are about Banquo. And he's virtuous. He has a royalty of nature, he has wisdom, he has valor. And there's a comparison to Caesar and Mark Antony. And he knows Banquo's a good guy. And then here comes something that's going to be repeated. That he is constantly upset that he has a fruitless crown. He's not going to bear sons. It's barren. And of course those images make sense in tragedy. You know why. And this is his final thought here. For Banquo's issue, his progeny, I filed my mind. I murdered Duncan. I put rancors in the vessel of my peace. For what? For nothing. So this is going to come up again. So the servants come in, and these are the murderers. And they're supposed to murder Banquo. And notice that, what is he doing here? Know that it was he. That's Banquo. What is he rhetorically doing? In times past, which held you under fortune. So, this straw man against Banquo. You thought it was just me, right? So rhetorically, he's pretty savvy. And so then he goes on, and he's doing something different. Think of Lady Macbeth and how she taunted Macbeth rhetorically. So he says to them, do you find your patience? You're going to let this go? So it's circular. I just told you that, Banquo's the one who's like putting you down. He's the one who's suppressing you. And are you going to not do anything about it? Are you so virtuous, gospel, to pray for this good man and his issue, who's heavy-handed bowed you to the grave? So it is the classic, King of the Hill thing where, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to stand there and do nothing? And, of course, they say, oh, we are men, my liege. Oh, this is interesting, too, connection, right? And he says, well, yeah, in the catalog, you're men, right? But then we have this analogy. Not all dogs are the same. Not all men are the same. Some dogs are greyhounds, and some are just demi-wolves, mongrels. Right? There's a whole catalog of men. Right? So which type of man are you? Are you just a mutt? Or are you a higher class man? Of course, again, he's using the same rhetorical ploys that Lady Macbeth used. So he prods them. Okay, so they've got to respond. We're men. We both agree with you. Both you know Banquo was your enemy. Okay, so here's some nice circular reasoning. We just sort of assume this premise is true, so we get the cause-effect argument to work. Yeah, it's true, my lord. So he's mine. And then, he says, well, I could kill Banquo myself. Obviously, I'm such a stud. But you know what? I have, friends. We have, mutual friends, and it wouldn't look good. And so they agree. Okay, we'll do what you want. And then the other detail is the fleance issue. Of course, because Macbeth is obsessed with the prophecy that Banquo, he's going to father a line of kings, and Fleance is his son. So there you go. Okie doke.